I've been seeing some mayflies and some caddisflies flying around. Not so many, but 50-50 from mayflies and caddisflies. So try to put one bigger, like a mayfly, but the silhouette is also like a caddisfly that start to jump and start to fly away from the surface. And it works very good like a combi fly. And a little bigger one, bigger size. Because the flies that have been hatching now have been quite big, the one that we have seen today. So hopefully we can get some of the graylings to rise to the surface. And this one, use the Rapala knot, a small open loop that makes it float better and to move better in the water. And of course, on this place we use barbless, so the barb we put in, and we use some floating liquid to grease it a little, only the hackle, and then some of the leader. There we go. More one. Baby. And this is why we use barbless. Finally one. And here is a small mix with some dry flies and some nymphs. And things that I always have with me is some kind of caddis imitations, from big to small. From the bigger ones, this is normal breaking caddis, traditional. And then I have like the smaller ones. Let's see here, which one? What's it like? This here, small elk hair caddis. They work really nice and very easy for your eyes to see. The things with like this river, there is a lot of small white bubbles because there's a lot of rapids. If you're not used to see your fly or fish in this river, it can be very hard for your eye, and it's very important if you want to make a strike. So you can find different kind of solutions for that for your eye before you get used to it. On my Klinghammers, that is also one of my favorite dry flies for these waters, I try to have some red or other color wing, so you really see it. A normal Klinghammer have the white wing, but it can disappear so easy. So the Klinghammer is also a fly that I have with me, from the small ones to the much bigger ones. And this is not the biggest. I like to have even bigger when I fish in the harder stream, when it's warm in the water, for example. So the different stages of caddis, because that is the most common insect we have in the water. So everything from a pupa and a larva, heavy nymph, up to the big caddis and the A-legging caddis. That is some really good patterns that you can feel safe if you have those stages in your boxes. And for the mayflies, because we have the mayflies also, from the small one to the really big one. Most of them are quite small. And here I like to have, this is one of my, that I like mostly, a small with a CDC wing, very light. And this one had quite a lot of hackle. And I like it that way, because then I can if it's even smaller mayflies in water, I cut some hackle off. So I make it so it's the same size as the natural one when I by the water. Then I can use one fly like in many patterns. That's a really good thing. So small scissors or a sharp knife, so you can cut off some here. When it's the nymphs, heavy nymphs, like here is a normal hair's-ear, an olive or grey and brown, but the olive is the most common that I use, and they can be really heavy, because sometimes when we really have to come down, it's perfect to have as an anchor fly. And when I'm nymphing, if I really have to come down, I like to use two nymphs. One very heavy one, like this one for example, and then I use one smaller one. Here you can see one of my double tandem tackles, where I have the bigger nymph that I call the anchor nymph, the heavier one, in your normal leader and tippet, and with the open loop. And then I take a grinner knot in the hook bend here, so it's stuck with another tippet, and in that one I put the smaller nymph also with the open loop, and it makes it very lively in the water. And the anchor nymph help you to get contact when you fish, so you really feel everything if you do check nymphing, or then if you have a striking indicator. And look, like you can see now on the hooks, both of them are barbless, because many of the waters are fishing now. The river we have right here, it's illegal to fish with a barbed hook, so then you need to have barbless. And the thing we do here, we have the normal hooks, we take our peon and we pull it in, and that's enough, because then the barb is gone. And that helps you, we don't hurt the fish, and it goes much faster to unhook the fish and release it in the water. One favorite fly also of these is the super pupa. That is a small weapon, I would say, in this. If they don't really want to come up on the surface on a high floating fly, or they don't want to take a nymph, the super pupa is floating, and if it's just getting pulled down a little, there is no problem. And there is also, if the streams are hard, and there's many different streams, so it easily pulls your line, the super pupa is good, because even if it's dripping a little or moving, it's still a natural behavior for this pupa, and the fish love it. So that one I have in different colors. This is the traditional yellow-black, in olive and in grey, and it's sometimes I even have it in purple, just like one of my clink cameras. It's in purple with a red wing, and the purple color is working very nice on the grayling in this river, especially when it's faster water. They don't have so much time to think and see the fly. And there is something coming, like a clink camera, it's a natural size and silhouette, that there is something with that color that makes them, so that can be a good thing to think of when you tie your own flies. And later in the season, when it's getting, or if there is a little less water, I can use very small like clink hammers, or very small other hatching pupas and so on. And because we have the small fly, the knot, yes, that bites you all the time, and when they are hatching, the fish can be very selective on these. So it's very small black hatching pattern of these can be really good. So very small clink hammers, so very small pupas, or just a normal small hackle fly that you can cut yourself also. Can be very effective, because you don't want to stay there and you can see all the fishes eating a lot of these, and they will ignore all your other flies. You need to get something that had the same silhouette. And then now you see there was more or less no streamer at all. I always have one in my box. Now this is a floating streamer, or but this one I use even if it's like a big caddis. The silhouette can be like a big caddis just for running around. But sometimes when the fish don't want to have anything else, or you maybe in contact with a really big fish, you see that one and they don't want to take the insects, then I can have one streamer just to try, just in case. But normally it's the dry fly and nymph fishing. But I would say dry fly fishing at least 80%, sometimes 90%, and then, but it depends what you like, of course. But it's fun, even here in these waters, even if you can't see any rising fish and there is no hatch, the grayling like to go up to your dry fly anyway. And if they don't, then you can make your own hatch. Take many casts. We have done it many times, and it really works. Have a short drift many times in the same place, and after a while the fish are like, oh, it's a hatch of purple clink hammer. Of course I have to go up and take it. So it really works, and it's fun to see when they come up and take, especially when they get the big trophy size.
Okay, then thanks for all the information, Jesper.
Thank you.